I-32 male. So yeah, found out the ex was a grade A snake in the grass. We were together for 5 years, built a life, the whole shebang. Thought things were solid, you know? Turns out while I was busting my butt at work, she was apparently auditioning for a role in Gone Girl. About a month ago, things started feeling off. She was distant, always on her phone, the usual red flags you see in those "am I being gaslit?" Reddit threads. I tried talking to her, but it was like talking to a brick wall. Just stressed, she'd say, or "you're being paranoid." Classic. Then came a bomb. Last Friday, I went to pay a bill online, and my heart did a triple backflip into my stomach. Our joint account drained. Every single penny. I'm talking years of savings, the down payment we were putting together for a house. Poof. Gone. Then, like a cherry on top of this steaming pile of betrayal, a text message popped up on my phone. From her number. "Thanks for funding our new life." Winking face. Yeah, you read that right. Our new life. Plural. Didn't take a genius to figure out there was someone else. My blood ran cold. Not just because of the money, but because of the sheer audacity, the cold-bloodedness of it all. Did I scream? Did I cry? Nah. Honestly, I just felt numb. Like I was watching a really messed up movie. But then, the numbness started to fade, replaced by a slow burn kind of fury. A quiet, calculated fury. I didn't text back. Didn't call. Didn't even throw my phone across the room, which, trust me, was tempting. Instead, I sat down at my laptop. I had a feeling I was going to need to document everything. And boy, was I right. Update 1 to 3 days later. Okay, so things have escalated. Remember how I said I made one call? Well, that call was to a lawyer. Not just any lawyer, but a bulldog of a lawyer who specializes in this kind of financial BS. Best money I've ever spent, TBH. Turns out, emptying the joint account like that? Super illegal. Especially since a good chunk of that money was from before we even got married and was solely mine. My lawyer, let's call her the Dragon Lady, because she's fierce AF, was practically salivating when I laid out the timeline and showed her the text. She immediately sent a very strongly worded letter, the kind that probably makes people sweat just reading it, demanding the immediate return of all the funds. We also filed a temporary restraining order on all her accounts, preventing her from moving any more money around. Radio silence for 2 days. I almost started to think she was just going to disappear into the ether with her new mystery person and my hard-earned cash. Almost. Then, yesterday afternoon, my phone rang. Unknown number. I picked it up, and on the other end was a shaky, tearful voice. Guess who? Yep, the ex. I don't understand what's happening, she stammered, sounding genuinely panicked for the first time. My bank account is frozen, and I got this letter from some lawyer. I kept my voice flat, no emotion whatsoever. Funny, isn't it? That's exactly how I felt when I saw my bank account emptied. She started with the excuses. How it was a misunderstanding, how she was going through a lot, how she intended to pay it back. The usual sob story. I cut her off. The only thing I'm interested in is seeing my money back in my account. Every single penny. And frankly, after that lovely text message, my sympathy well is drier than the Sahara. She started to cry harder, saying her new friend, surprise, surprise, who was a dude she'd been seeing for months, was freaking out and wanted her to sort this out. Apparently, having the cops potentially involved puts a damper on their new life plans. Who knew? The Dragon Lady is playing hardball. We've given her a deadline to return the funds, or things are going to get a whole lot messier for her. I'm talking court dates, potential legal charges, the whole 9 yards. Honestly, seeing her panic like this, there's a small, dark part of me that feels a sliver of satisfaction. She thought she could just waltz off with my life savings and send a smug text. Nope. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Update 2 to 5 days later. Well. Look what the cat dragged in. Or rather, look what the Dragon Lady scared into doing the right thing. This morning, I woke up to a notification on my phone. A large sum had been deposited into my account. I logged in, and there it was. Every single penny, plus a little extra to cover the lawyer's initial fees. Looks like the threat of facing the music and possibly jail time was a pretty good motivator. Later that day, I got another call from the ex. This time, no tears, just a cold, hard voice filled with resentment. She accused me of being vindictive, of trying to ruin her life. I simply replied, "You're right. I am being vindictive. You emptied my bank account and sent me a taunting text message. What did you honestly expect?" She hung up on me. Honestly, I couldn't care less. The money is back where it belongs. My financial future isn't completely derailed, and she's now facing the reality that her actions have consequences. The Dragon Lady is still keeping an eye on things to make sure there are no further attempts to pull any shady stuff. We're also exploring options to ensure this can't happen again in the future. As for the new life she was so gleefully funding, I heard through a mutual acquaintance that it's already hitting some serious turbulence. Apparently, her new boyfriend wasn't exactly thrilled about the prospect of dealing with legal drama and frozen assets. Go figure. Me? I'm focusing on picking up the pieces. It's going to take time to rebuild the savings, to trust again. But honestly, I feel a sense of peace. I didn't lash out. I didn't beg. I didn't try to reason with someone who clearly wasn't reasonable. I documented everything, got good legal help, and let the system do its thing. Sometimes the quietest actions speak the loudest. And sometimes justice, served cold and calculated, is the most satisfying kind. Thanks for following along, Reddit. It helped to know I wasn't alone in this dumpster fire. Time to close this chapter and move on to better things. You guys are the best. Peace out.